Do you remember when John Kerry was elected president? Of course you don't. He didn't get elected president. He lost. Why? Because the American people want their elected officials to be honest with them and tell them what they're going to do. This old campaign commercial will remind you.
There's nothing wrong with making a decision and then changing your mind. But if you never commit to what you believe in, who will ever commit to you? John Kerry has changed his mind on all these important issues. Now there's nothing wrong with a little indecision, as long as your job doesn't involve any responsibility. John Kerry has changed his mind time and time again. If you thought you could trust him, you might want to change your mind too.
John Kerry was one of the biggest flip-floppers in political history. He could be on both sides of any issue. Whatever gets votes. And remember this classic of political gobbledygook?
I actually did vote for the $87 billion before I voted against it.
No wonder the American people rejected John Kerry. Philadelphia has its own flip-flopper, State Representative Joe Hoenstein. A resolution passed the State House that authorized an investigation of crime in Philadelphia. Why? Because of Larry Krasner's mismanagement of the district attorney's office. In Larry Krasner's Philadelphia, so far in 2022, near record rates of crime. A lot of people blame District Attorney Larry Krasner's refusal to prosecute many criminals as contributing to this. Even Hoenstein seems to agree.
I'm no big fan of the current district attorney, and most of my constituents aren't either.
But maybe he doesn't agree.
Those of us in Philly are more than a little insulted at the way that this mini impeachment has been proposed.
When the House Judiciary Committee voted to send a resolution to the full House to create a committee to investigate crime in Philadelphia and how Krasner's policies affect it, incredibly, Hoenstein voted against it. How could Hoenstein vote to protect Krasner? Does he care at all about his district? Does he even know what's going on there? But when the resolution came to the full House and passed in a bipartisan vote, he switched his vote to yes. Does he think we're stupid? Does he think that the voters will ignore the important Judiciary Committee vote? If it did not pass there, the full House would never have gotten to vote on it in the first place.
I voted against it in committee, but then voted for it when it hit the floor.
Remind you of anyone?
I actually did vote for the $87 billion before I voted against it.
Political gobbledygook. But it's not just Krasner that Hoenstein's actions support, but the entire Krasner-Kenney outlaw team that his party has foisted on us and our neighborhoods. Or another way of looking at the problem. There is an alternative. Mark Lavelle is running hard to represent all of the voters in the district. If you live in Bridesburg, Fishtown, Mayfair, Port Richmond, Northwood, Frankfort, Kensington, Wissinoming, or Harrogate, vote for Mark Lavelle on November 8th. We deserve better. And if you run into Hoenstein, he's probably looking for these.